name's Dan Konjorski, and I'm your host on Life on the Bench. Today, I'm going to continue our talk on the 1970s or 1970 music scene. The third number one song of 1970 was from the band The Guess Who, and the song was American Woman. The Guess Who is a Canadian band, and they had five number one singles in Canada and two number one singles in America. And of course, one of the number one singles was American Woman. American Woman was written in 1969 after the Guess Who toured in the USA. And what's unique about it is the song is anti-war, especially with lyrics like "I don't need your war machines, I don't need your ghetto scenes. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, get away from me, American woman, mama, let me be." There's a lot of irony in this. Why refer to America as American woman? And the only thing I can think about is the Statue of Liberty, which is a statue of a woman figure, and that's the only thing I can equate that with is the Statue of Liberty. But the song, I like the song. I was listening to it earlier. It has a nice beat, nice rhythm to it. Um, I like the song, but it's anti-war song. Not but, it's just an anti-war song. Um, and the Guess Who is made up of Canadians, which there's nothing wrong with. You had some uh, really good players and singers on the band. The song was written by Randy Bachman, Jim Kyle, Gary Peterson, Burton Cummins, and Burton Cummins. And the American Woman was released on March 1st of 1970. Um, as I was looking at some of the band members, I was trying to find out if any of them were children of military. And from my limited research, I didn't see any military affiliation at all. However, I think it was one of the band members was his father was, well, he was part German and part Ukrainian. Um, so his father came probably into America in the 40s or 50s. We don't know. I just don't know. But it's just there's some irony there. Um, but the only thing I can come up with is just like many of the other bands of the time, there was not a lot of, but there was some alcoholism in the family and some other things in the family as well, or in some of the families, but not all of families. Um, so it was just interesting. For me, it was very interesting to look back in the history of the Guess Who of the band members. Burton Cummings was the leader from 1965 to 1975, and I think the band broke up in 1975. One of the I think one of the One of the I think one of the particulars about this band was they didn't have a name for it, I guess. And when they were trying to figure out a name for the band, in the band the band title or the band name, Guess Who, or The Guess Who, it was really comes from a promotional gimmick by Scepter Records in about 1965, maybe even 64. Scepter Records, they didn't have a band, so they wrote on the flyer, whatever it may have been on the flyer, I guess, but Guess Who with a question mark. So the band members said, well, let's keep the title Guess Who and insert the Guess Who. So that's how the band became named, because of a promotion gimmick. Um, so the American Woman is very interesting. The whole concept of me doing this research, even as limited as it is to find out these songs in the 1970s that highly impacted, I think, in my opinion, I have a theory that highly impacts even my age group, my generation. And so I'm in my late 50s now. I grew up as a preteen teen, well, as a preteen in the 70s, but I was impacted by the classic rock music of the 70s by my parents who were listening to the music at the time, my parental figures that were listening to music at the time on the radio. So I really enjoy the music of the 1970s. My theory is that most of those songs that are anti-war come from children that whose parents were involved in either World War II, the Korean War, or Vietnam. So, but I can't find any evidence of that in the Guess Who, a Canadian band. I can't find any evidence of that at this point. I just the irony is that American Woman is anti-war, but why associate woman with all of the USA? And the only reason I can come up with is the Statue of Liberty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short take on the 1970 music scene uh, in the song American Woman by the Canadian band The Guess Who. See you next time.